So now I'm actually really recording. I'm going to share my screen. This is the recording that I will put up on the this is the recording that I will put up on the YouTube channel. And yeah, you missed a ton of debugging, but the useful takeaway from the debugging is the only way, because NPM tracebacks don't tell you which line in your code actually caused the traceback, take a hint from Python node, I had to actually comment out lines in order to figure out which line was actually causing the error. Okay, so, and we're not out of the woods yet, but I actually think we're close. So, no, wait, no. All right, whatever. Okay, so now we're back to getting that syntax error at or near here. So I'm going to do the same narrow down debugging that I was doing before. So let's go back to my DB test and let's see if I get it during a initdb. Oh, and by the way, did it actually print the ID? Oh, it did. Okay, actually, so this stuff is okay. Huzzah! Okay, so now the problem is somewhere in, what? Wait, so it printed the ID. Oh, so it must still be in here? Wait, really? Okay, so I'm gonna try again. I'm just commenting that out. It prints the proper ID, and then it gives me it cannot read email of undefined. So now I just want, where on earth are you finding that you're finding it when you're parsing in connection.js. It's in the parse message. And so basically it's finding I just don't even know what it's parsing to. So if I change this line, and I just want to say, I'm just going to say 1. Just take all of that out. Okay. Okay, so first of all, this is really interesting that ID1 seems to be Bonnie at Bonnie and not new at new, which means I don't think my truncate is working, frankly, because it doesn't seem to be removing my Bonnie at Bonnie line. So that's a problem. And then why on earth? So that ID is 2. And so why can't I just ask it for that ID? And if I do the $1, comma ID, just want to see whether it still gives me the same problem. There is no parameter $1. Why is it so? It really is not. So if I do, instead of db1, if I do db any, now I'm just like, I don't seem to understand PG promise at all. But there is a parameter $1, and it's right here. Okay, so I have 2 problems. One is that truncate isn't working, and the other is that $1, although interestingly, it seems to be working so that it's not like doing 2, 3, 4. It's just always doing 2. But why doesn't it truncate it? Why is the first one always in there? Am I adding Bonnie somewhere else? That's a great question. Oh, I am, because I'm seeding the DB. That's part of, yes. Did you know the answer to that? Yeah. Okay, so I am adding body somewhere else. Okay, so the truncate is, all right, so that's working fine. I was hoping I could work on another problem because I'm sick of this one, but apparently I'm stuck with this one. So, okay, so let me just look at an example of db.1. So I am doing something wrong and I do not understand what it is. So pg promise db.1 example. So this one is giving it, this is actually like giving it a name and a text. This one's giving it a text and values. I can certainly try that if that's what you want me to do. Is this not pretty much exactly my query? They put spaces here, but I don't think that's... Okay. Hello, this is exactly what I'm doing, right? We printed out that ID existed. Motherfucker. All right, so so ID is not a freaking ID. It is an object that has a user ID. So oh, stop laughing. Sorry. Okay. Did you guys want to work on debugging today during office hours? Because that's what we did. Okay. Yeah. This is programming, man. This is programming. Okay. So we have passing tests. All right. So let's go move on to it. When the user does exist, it throws an error. So let's go back to let's actually do some coding, and in DB utilities, I want to say all right, so I'm going to do I'm going to say const ID equals this. And really, actually, if this is going to resolve to user ID, no, but I think I actually want to change my tests. I want to return ID.user ID. I don't want to return that stupid object. So I'm going to change the way I fixed that a little bit. And I actually am going to just have it return that. So let me just make sure that that still works. Nope. Okay. Oh. Asynchronicity, something else you don't have to deal with in Python. Fine. Okay, so now, so this is actually just, that was just an optimization for this to return the ID. All right, so, and then we'll do a dot catch. Is that how catch works? Okay, and then what kind of error does it throw if the user already exists? Let's check. So let's do an add user. Oh, but actually, I'm not doing TDD. So let me write the test first and make it fail. So expect. So first, I'm going to add. Oh, and I don't want to like guess what the user was that I added. So I'm going to say user name from here, and username funny, and well, actually, later I'm probably going to want const password in like 5 days or 8 days when I actually like get to real coding. And so we'll do the initdb name password. Okay, and then here I'm just going to do, and that way I know I have the inserted user's username and password, and I'm not like guessing at them, and if I change it, it's going to like I only have to change it in one place. Okay, so username, password. And so now I'm going to, so here now, for my before each, I am, actually, I don't need to do a before each because I'm actually really only doing one. So I'll do it all within this test. So I'm going to add promise, initdb, then add user, and I think I'm going to call this in seed username and seed password, just so that it's a little bit less confusing. I should have done my okay, so now back here, no, not here, here. Okay, so seed username and seed password. So, and then I'm going to add a user, seed username and seed password, just so that I know I'm adding exactly the same user, although the password really doesn't matter. So, and here, I think I'll return, and then you're gonna just get mad at me for this. Okay, so dot then, and then I'm gonna say, oh, actually, I want to expect, so here I'm going to, I want to expect this to throw, and let me just remember how you do throws in Chai. Okay, to throw. Oh, I can just say to throw, but I can also give it the very explicit type of error I want it to throw. Um, okay, I'm gonna leave it here for now. No, I actually do want to give it a type of error. I think you're just mad about my indentation. Is that right? No. Ugh, all right, whatever. I'll deal with you later. Oh, there's a triggering comment. Okay. So what type of error do we want it to throw? Let's see what kind of errors PG Promise offers. So PG Promise errors. PG Promise error objects. So I'm pretty sure that PG Promise is going to have some error objects defined, but maybe it's like just on top of PG. So maybe okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. If it's like that's exactly what I want to do. Okay. So this is a while ago. So let's see what the actual resolution was. Ew, that looks horrible. I've never seen that syntax before. I don't know what that means. Okay. This is all like Babel stuff, though, using import and so forth. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We can't use instance. Okay. All right. I've decided. Well, I only have 3 minutes left anyway. So, I mean, really, if I were writing this like as production level code, I would very specifically in here, I would check what the error was, and then because I only want to, only if the error is what I expect it to be. If there's a duplicate user, do I want to like handle it like, oh, it's a duplicate user? If the error is not what I expect it to be, if it's like some weird like database connection down, I don't want to treat that as though it's a duplicate user. So I want to be very specific about which errors I'm handling. But yeah, so, but I'm not finding a lot of good information. Yeah, the PG Promise documentation is not so great. Okay. So here I just wanted to see what the error is. So let's actually just run the tests and see what error we get. So Oh, I get an unexpected token. Okay, on line 21 in DB utilities. Which means that I haven't closed something properly. So let's try again. Okay, so the error I'm getting is the duplicate key, right. Duplicate key violates unique constraint. That's great. So how do I capture that? That's is there like a type? Code, thank you. Okay, there's its code. All right, so although it actually is probably a string. Throw new error, user already exists. We can even user okay, and then otherwise we just want to rethrow the other error. Okay, so now if we, it's 10:31. If we go back to our test, we're gonna expect it to throw. Oh, did our test actually pass? No, it failed. It expected. I know that this is like the worst morning programming I've had in a while. You expected curly braces to be a function. Oh, this is, I think, to do a, because here, but how do you do that? How do you expect promises to throw? Stay tuned tomorrow for the next thrilling installment of Bonnie Swears at the Computer. Okay, so